Good morning, chaps and chapettes. How you doing? Mr. Crumble here, and people watching this video just to see a review of the CRF Rally will have turned off already, annoyed by my voice, my attempt at a brief Scottish accent. This guy's just passing about. He's not even going to do a fucking review of the CRF Rally. He's not even on one, he's on an old fucking Honda Blackbird. I'm turning this shite off. So, as the video's title suggests, we're off to go and have a little pootle on the little CRF250 Rally. It's a bike that I just can't get out of my head, especially at this time of year. This time of year when the weather's shite and you're not going fast anywhere, are you? And you look out the window and you think, I think I'll leave the bike in the garage. It's like that, isn't it? I mean, I commute on it, although I've been commuting in the car recently. But it's that time of year, and I think these little 250s, they're really coming to their own. And you're looking at these PCP deals. I know the PCP deals are like direct from the devil. Look, £60 a month for 15 years, and then you don't own it. But you can have a new bike every 3 years. Yeah, it's devil deals. But that's what I can afford these days. That's where I'm at. I don't have a pot of cash and a pile of money. Just go, yeah, I'll take it. Here's £4,700 in cash. The little CRF Rally then has been about sort of 5,300, 5,600 quid for quite a long time, but they're coming down in price. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the 450L coming out, but they're coming down in price a bit. And I've always liked the styling. I really like that quirky thing about them, the front end. I love the styling. I think it's a great styling bike. There's been all these calls for this 450L, hasn't there? The CRF 450L, and everyone's there going, "Oh, fucking hell! Finally, they've done it. They've put a proper engine in that bike," and then they went and fucked it. It's £9,500, and it's not actually the 250L. It's a bike you've got to do service intervals every 10 minutes. What? No, Honda. We asked for a. We love this bike, we love the little 250L, we just want a slightly bigger engine in it, please. No. So, I've got a pawn shop for these little rallies, and I'm going to go and have a go on one, and next time you see me, I'll have dumped Dave. Sorry, Dave. You two-timing cunt, you. Listen, Dave, you don't have to take it like that, it's a totally different bike. I don't give a shit, you're still sitting on it, ain't ya? Well, yeah, but, we're not going to have the same sort of thrills that me and you have had, are we? With our ears pinned back. Are we? Anyway, Dave, you just have to accept it, that things change and you might have to go at some point. Life goes on. Crumble. Don't let some cunt take me, will you? Fucking break me for bits. I'll look after you, Dave, don't worry. I'll euthanise you at some point. I'll just send you to sleep one evening in the quiet. I'll put a bit of Radio 4 on. Yeah, I'll be naked. I'll rub you in some oil and just put you to sleep. Perfect. Alright, so the next time you see me, I'll be on this little doodah, probably moaning about how slow it is. Yes. See you soon. Peace. Peace. Peace is out. He is out. Hey up, that's what I'll be like on the CRF Rally. That's what I'll look like, and that's how fast it'll be. Craig David's van. There, look. On Mondays I had a wank, Tuesdays I had another wank, Wednesdays I had, well, it'd be third wank at week. For Thursdays, well, it's wanky day, isn't it, Thursday. Friday, double wank day. Saturday, well, you know what I mean. Get pork chops out. Shove the cock between two pork chops like Craig David. That's my version of 7 Days or whatever the fucking all that shit song's called. Well, first impressions, it's not quite like the Blackbird. Fucking hell. I don't know what to say, it's so different. It's like I've just got off a horse and stepped onto a dinosaur or something. I don't think that animal reference works, but it's not quite Jeremy Clarkson standard, but it just feels so incredibly different. I'll tell you what though, what's immediately noticeable is that how much more perky it is than the than the 250L I had. Just a bit of context if you don't know the channel, and have a look at my other vids. I had one of these a couple of years ago, or a year ago, and was very complimentary about, not this one, not the Rally, the little 250L. And I love that bike. I thought it was cracking. And why did he get rid of it? Money, really. Just couldn't afford it with everything else that I was paying out, and I got the Africa Twin and didn't feel like I needed it really. But I am struggling to outrun this van from the lights there. He's just done me. Get used to that, I suppose. It does feel kind of, it feels light. I feel very tall, I feel very sat on the bike. Again, you know, the seat on these bikes is just very firm. You do get used to that. I remember buying a pair of cycling shorts with like a gel insert to wear on my other one, and just got used to standing up more. I put some Rox risers on my old one and got some Renthal bars, and it was much better for standing up. It does feel a little bit, the bars feel a little bit low for standing up. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the mods that I did to mine, you can rag these, I mean that's the thing, but one of the mods I did to mine was change the sprockets first of all straight away. The brakes, like, oh, they're pretty good, they're pretty sharp. That front, yeah, it dives, but yeah, it feels pretty good, that. Gearbox is nice, clutch so light and easy, and it's just, you can see why people buy these for commuting. I mean, I love the idea of this bike. I love its kind of adventure capabilities. It feels, you've got a bit more wind protection. You know, you could quite easily commute and do some distance on this bike. You know, you're always going to suffer with sort of 60-70 miles an hour as a kind of top speed on single and dual carriageways and stuff, and it's not going to be much fun sat on a motorway on this bike. But if you're willing to go the long way round, I think it's a cracking little proposition, really. I can already feel, God, that suspension is so soft at the rear, especially with my weight on it. It's quite a tall bike until I sit on it, and then it just goes down. You can see why people commute on them, and I commuted on mine, little L, for ages. This feels a pretty cool place to be. I like the front end styling. I think it's cool. I think people look at it and think, you know, it's unusual. I think it's a bit, it's quirky. I like that, and Honda doesn't tend to be particularly quirky. It's not the most quirky. How do I look? Yeah, it's not the quirkiest brand in the world, is it? So I think they've done a good job with it. It's a little bit vibey. It wants to sing. It wants to. Yeah, it comes into its own at sort of 5-6. It still pulls at 5, 6, 7,000 revs. What are we doing? 40? Don't feel like 40. Mind you, I think my L speedometer used to overread. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, the reason I'm thinking about buying one is because I mean, I would commute on it. Definitely, I would commute on it. But I'd really want it for a bit of off-road adventuring in the winter and just pottering around on lanes, really, and in mud. I don't think it's got the same. I've been told that it is much more of a sort of road-focused bike, even though I think it might have better ground clearance and longer travel suspension. I think it's more a sort of road-going variant of the little L, but I think, you know, these little bikes off-road, I mean, I think, you know, everyone's accused these bikes of being too heavy. Well, yeah, they're heavier than, you know, a proper dirt bike, and picking it up is not going to be as easy as picking a little KTM up or something, but that's not what they're about. And the service intervals and you know, they sort of pay for themselves, don't they, I think, with the service intervals like 8,000 miles. They're fucking amazing. Here we go to the front, yeah, and it feels... Right, come on, boy! Let's have it! You can hustle this one definitely better than the L. Definitely. It's got a little bit more poke. I think it might have about 2 or 3 more bhp, and that's why I'm feeling this extra sort of benefit of it. You know, I think you do sense the difference. I think stick a smaller sprocket on the front, or a bigger sprocket on the back, or both, and I think you'll find that you know, you'll be able to pop a few wheelies on this and have rather a nice time. Let's get past this. Okay, what's it like filtering? Yep, it's just those. A bit like the Africa Twin in terms of height. Yeah, we're getting away from people. We're in third. I think you can use a bit of torque here. Yeah! And I was going to say that this is the real value of these bikes. It's all about fun. It's just about a smile on your face, not going lunatic fast anywhere, and you know, just finding some little lanes, commuting on it, and getting off-road on it as well. And you know, I think they're great little things off-road. These will take whatever you chuck at them. Somebody, I mean, what's her name? Steph Jevons has been around the world on her little L, and there it is. What a great looking bike. I love that front end. I think it's great. I love this carbon thing. It's got LEDs, it's got lovely LED running lights. I think it's the styling's spot on. I think with a few stickers, it's a bit of a sporty look. Maybe a can. I quite like the stealth element of the can. These handguards are great as well. They definitely give you some protection. I don't know how they'd fare in a fall. You might want to put some bark busters on. One of the things I found with mine is that when I went down once, the handlebars bent so easy. So some Renthals on there would be good. But look at that, lovely, that back end. I mean, this tail tidy, I suppose it keeps the dirt and shit off you. But that backlight's great. This tail here looks prime for a lovely little carrying bag, or a little rack to go on there for carrying stuff. It looks really neat and tidy, doesn't it? And the graphics are great. Honda's doing so well with paint jobs and graphics, I think. Looks really cool. Let's get back on it. I'd like a picture of me on it just to see. Yeah! It's got ABS, for God's sake. I love this ABS edition. We'll just run a wire and stick it on the end of a bracket. What else has it got? It's got hazard lights. Got a horn, got lights, indicators. Just, yeah. Yeah. It's cheap, but I mean, for the amount of money you're paying, you can get these for about $4.7 now, and they're doing them in different colours as well. So I was pretty impressed with the just a bit of poke it's got, really. It's definitely got more poke than the other one. Oh, uphill. Come on, brother. Come on. Come on! Yeah. Let's stand it up. Feels pretty good. The bars are just too low for me. I'm about 8 feet above it. My knees are in a pretty good place. I do feel very tall up here. I feel like about 12 foot up in the air. Feels a long way to fall. But my knees are, yeah, I can grab that tank with my knees, get a bit of a sort of slightly bent position. I just want those handlebars raised in a slightly more, to put me in a slightly more upright position, but that's pretty good. Now, it's a bit muddy down here. Let's see what it's like, how it feels. Oh. I seem to remember these tyres being, no, I'm obviously concerned about the fact that I'm paying $2,500. I seem to remember the tyres on the L being a bit shit, so I think you probably want to get some decent knobblies. But this feels very composed, feels very good. I mean, you know, I'm getting used to it. But yeah, it's doing alright. And this is really what I'd want it for, this kind of, you know, winter, just have a pot around. Obviously the fact that I've got to pay £2,500 of any damage is making me feel particularly nervous at this point. I don't know how much damage you do on this kind of lane, but I'm going to stop before, it's the tiniest of byways, it ends there. I'm just going to get a picture, a nice autumnal shot. And I think it's going to look, yeah, it looks right in its element, doesn't it? It looks really good. I think that. It looks really fantastic. I'm just going to take a picture, back in a minute. It's one of those bikes you just think, yeah, I'll explore up there. And I don't necessarily feel like, I mean, I don't want to stand up anyway, because I want to be able to save it if it does slip. This is pretty wet, pretty muddy, but it feels great. You know, I probably would bring my Africa Twin down here, but I want my knobblies back on if I do. Oh, I can feel that back end squirming. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty bloody cool. You know, I'm no off-road legend, as you know. I'm anything but. Whoa! Hey! Alright, I'm going to go final verdict. I'm going to go final. I mean, as soon as I sat on the bike and set off, I really liked it. There's just something about these little bikes that make you feel good. There's such a great sort of grin fun factor about them. You know you're not going to be going fast. If it was my only bike, I'd be like, oh god, I wish I could get something bigger and better. But when you've got a Blackbird in your garage and an Africa Twin in your garage, you've got all those other things that, you know, can tick lots of boxes. What's this fulfilling for me? It's fulfilling a little sort of winter trails urge, I suppose. A little exploring down the more difficult trails in the depths of winter. It's one of those just pop out for a couple of hours bikes. It's not I don't see it as a, you know, I wouldn't be using it as a big touring bike, but I think you could do it. You know, it's got enough luggage capacity. You get a couple more ponies out of this engine. I think you could do that. It's a comfortable place to be. I'm not moaning about the seat. Maybe I'm used to it with the Africa Twin. The Africa Twin seat's not great. So final verdict, I think it's an absolute Bobby Dazzler, this bike. I think it's brilliant. I love the styling, I love how it looks. It rides really nicely, everything is so easy. It's light, it feels nice off-road. It's not a natural bike off-road, but then what is? You know, it's all about you as a rider. It gets you there, it gets you to those trails in a decent level of comfort and gets you on those trails feeling like if you did get stuck, you'd be alright. If you dropped it, you'd be alright. So it's a massive thumbs up for this little Honda CRF Rally, and I have been totting things up in my mind, thinking about how I can pay for this bike and finding the money. Of course, I've recently dropped down hours, so the idea that I'm just going to suddenly have more money is a bit ridiculous. So I might have to have a think about how I can fund it. But thanks for watching, people. Thanks for tuning in. If you're interested in a little CRF Rally, I've got a load of videos on the other CRF 250L that are a bit back in. They're in my back catalogue. We're doing about 60 now. It's not bad. Bit of wind on me, but it's chugging away. Yeah. I don't think we'll be holding up too much traffic on this little 250. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon, people. Peace. Peace. Woo! It's windy. It's really windy up here. Right. Look. I'm putting you in here. I'm just going to see what you look like next to the AT. Oh, look. Yeah. Little brothers. It's not even that little. Oh, looks great. The perfect combo. But, people, where does Dave fit into all this? I just don't know. That looks great. Oh, they look great together. The perfect combo, what do you reckon? Or that and a Blackbird, I don't know. I just thought I'd have a look, see what they look like.